Trading is very, very simple, and that's why I haven't had a losing day in the markets in the whole of August. Not only that, I haven't actually lost in September as well. Now, this isn't something that I've done over just a random month. I have actually been trading for almost 5 years, and I have built a system that literally makes me print money. And I'm about to explain this whole system for you in this video. So in this video today, we're going to talk about my mindset shift. Then I'm going to talk about the actual system that I use to actually make money. And I'm also going to show you why this works. See, I'm not just going to give you a system for you to just try. I'm actually going to prove to you that this works so that it actually makes sense in your brain so that when you actually try it, you know that it will work. Because my system is so simple that it literally just gives me green days on a daily basis. Now, I'm an ordinary trader. I'm nothing special. I'm not a smart genius. I'm literally just a normal trader, just like you, that just lost too many times and had enough. As you can see over here, I actually used to get margin calls back in 2020, 5 years ago when I was starting to trade. And I used to trade like this. I used to have revenge trading, FOMO, and no real systems. And I remember telling myself, what's going on with my trading? Like, why am I losing so much? I never actually understood what it was until I shifted my mindset. See, mindset is so important for us traders because without a good mindset, without a solid actual system, we will never be successful. And it all starts off with our brain. You see, as a trader, we try to look for strategies. We try to look for the winning system. The thing is, without discipline, that will never work. And with me, I was a culprit for this. I didn't have discipline. It never actually worked out for me. As you can see, a load of margin calls. I've lost loads of money. I've blown a lot of accounts. And at the time, back in 2020, prop firms wasn't as big as it is now. So if I had prop firms, I don't know, I maybe would have fast forwarded my journey, but I didn't use prop firms. I actually grew my account from live and I had to go through war with myself to actually get to a level I'm at today. But I'm about to give you the entire system so that you don't have to go through that war that I went through. I went through revenge trading. I went through FOMO. I had no real system and I had to change everything. And it all changed once I changed my mindset. With my mindset, I used to have a system. If it didn't work or if I lost a trade, I would instantly go on YouTube, look for new traders, and try and copy their system. Because every time I lost, I felt like it was my strategy. But reality is, it wasn't my strategy. It was actually my discipline. My discipline was the major factor. I had to change my discipline, and the way I had to change it was actually building a reliable system. So with my system, it's nothing fancy. It's very, very simple that you can literally copy and paste and make it yourself. First thing first is I worked on my risk management. You see, I could actually win. I was making money, probably like you guys right now. But the thing is, I was losing more than I was winning, and my losses were way bigger than my wins. So I had to think, okay, how am I going to be able to be profitable even with the same win rate that I have, which is quite low? And I realized that it's risk management. Risk management is what's going to help me win. Because even if I have a bad system, if I follow the right risk management, I could still win. I could still be profitable. And that flew over my head. That flows over a lot of traders' head. That all we need to have is good risk management. We don't need to have the amazing systems. We don't have to have a 100% win rate. All we need to do is follow the right risk management. And for me, I never risk more than 1% per trade. Now, right now, I'm very confident with myself. So I do risk more than 1%. I risk around 2 to 3%. However, I try my best to not risk no more than 1% when I first started. Why? Because I had to build that discipline. I had to actually scale my account slowly and show myself and prove to myself that I am a trader and not a gambler. You see, I didn't start off with 100K, 200K or 50K in my account. I started off with such a small amount of $100. And so 1% isn't amazing. Seeing yourself make $2, $3 or $4 is painful. But I had to go through that to learn what really matters. Now, for you lot, you got prop firms, which is amazing, and I highly recommend you to use prop firms, but don't use prop firms if you're not a good trader. So to prove to yourself that you're a good trader, get a live account, risk 1%, and just make consistent wins. That's all it is. It doesn't matter about how much money you're making. What matters is that consistent wins. That's all you need. Next thing is understanding your trade selections. You see, when I was trading, I was focused on the monetary side of the markets. For example, I would wake up and say, I want to make $50 today or $200 today. And doing that, I would force myself to locate setups. I would force myself to take trades that are not high quality. But as soon as I scrapped that, as soon as I focused on locating high quality setups, locating setups that actually I am confident in, I started to change the whole game. And I started to see a lot more wins and started to see myself trading much better. So I only started focusing on A plus setups. Now for me, an A plus setup is higher time frame liquidity sweep, i.e. the 1 hour, 5 minute breaker structure, 1 minute fair value gap, enter of order flow off the fair value gap. It's as simple as that. And I've done that for so long, it's literally second nature. And if I don't see that model, if I don't see that trade, I will simply just not take that setup. It's so simple because most traders, they can't sit on their hands. They want to trade. They feel like they have to trade every single day because if they don't trade, that means that we're not working hard. But reality is the opposite. We actually don't want to work hard. We want to work smarter, and we only want to trade with the opportunities that the market gives us. So making sure the only trade high quality setups so that every time you place a trade, you're super confident. And it's kind of like a cheat code because if you know that this setup actually works and you've back tested it and you tested out the data and you know that every time you see the setup, it works, technically you have full well, high advantage in the market. Next is your psychology rules. Like, how do I stay disciplined when the market tests you? Now, if you don't know, I actually trade gold, which is the most craziest pair to trade, but I have been able to master gold over the past 5 years of trading. I'm not, again, like a genius or I'm not anyone special. The only thing I had to do was just be disciplined. You see, the market is going to test you. The market is going to give you A plus setups. It's going to trap you. It's going to take a bit of your profits and then give you a good move later. The thing is, you want to be ready. You want to be there when the market gives you the right opportunity. So yes, you are going to lose. Yes, you are going to have a few losing days. Yes, you are going to have trades where it didn't go in your favor. Yes, you're going to have trades where it's A plus setup. It's literally amazing. It's literally the best setup that you can ever have, yet it still didn't succeed. That is normal. We all go through it as traders. The thing is how you react to this. You have to react in a certain way and have discipline enough to be able to continue trading and have the right mindset. For example, I try to limit myself to one trade per day, one setup per day, sorry. And this setup has to be an A plus setup. If it doesn't matter, if it wins, if it loses, I will take that on the chin. If I lose, I'll just come in tomorrow and I'll see what tomorrow has for me. If I win, it is what it is. I move on. I have the same emotion to when I win to when I lose. And that's why I'm not phased by me winning or losing. Even though I haven't had any losing days so far in more than 30 days, I'm still going to trade the same way I trade every single day. I'm not going to change anything. Why? Because my system is working. My system is proving to me that I'm doing well. Instead of me trying to do more of it, I'm just going to stick to doing what I normally do and just be consistent over a space of time. Most traders, we don't actually focus on what really matters, which is our entry strategy, and then not only that is our exit strategy. Everyone is so focused on getting precise entries, we forget about our exits. We forget about where we place our stop loss. We forget about where we place our take profit. Have you ever had a trade where it's gone in your favor, you've seen blues, but it ends up hitting your stop loss? It's because you don't know where to take exits. It's because you don't know where to exit your trade. And so that's why I have focused heavily on my exit strategy. And so now my exit strategy is so good that I know exactly how to squeeze as much juice out of the lemon as possible, i.e., the markets, and make as much money as possible. It really depends on how you are as a trader. Some traders, they don't like moving their trades to break even. Some traders don't like taking partials. Some traders don't even like moving their stop loss in general. For me, I've tried out so many things. I've tried out trading stop losses. I've tried out moving my stop loss to break even. I've tried out taking partials. And what's worked for me is one, taking partials, because we don't know exactly where the market is going to reverse. So we might as well take partials at levels where we think the market is going to reverse. If the market goes in the opposite direction after that at that target, then that's fine. At least we secured some sort of profit. I move my stop loss to break even once TP1 gets hit. So no matter what happens, I'm always making money. And that's why I was able to secure so much profits throughout the whole month. And I pretty much try and get my trade to no risk at all so that then I'm in a risk-free trade and I'm happy days. because that's the whole point of trading, is to make money and not risk our own capital. You have to be able to not have the greed to hold your trades for too long, but also understand where to take your profits. Now, for me, I take my profits at 5 minute liquidity and session highs and session lows on the 1 hour. But some of you might not do that. Some of you might have different targets, but I would recommend have multiple targets. Don't just target one area, because most likely that area is not going to be the ideal area. You're not a magician, you're not a psychic, you don't know exactly where the market's going to reverse from. It might go higher, might stay lower, and you need to be aware of that. So have all the targets put in place and target every single level and just take partials. Most traders are going to try and give you high RRs and say you need to get 10 RR, you need to get 20 RR, but reality is you actually don't. Most of the time I close my trades out either 1 to 1 or 1 to 2, and that works out for me. Sometimes I get a 1 to 3, sometimes I get a 1 to 4, and because of taking partials, I can actually squeeze out as much as I can. So if the market only gives me a 1 to 1, that's fine. If the market gives me 1 to 5, it's fine. I don't change anything. The only thing I change is my stop loss placement and also where I'm taking my partials. That's all I'm changing. So why does this work? Well, the reason why this works and is such a simple system is because we're focusing on what really matters. We're not focusing on ICT setups or SMC setups or supply and demand. What we're focusing on what really matters. What happens every single day when it comes to the markets, which is one, our risk management. Two, our trade selection. Three, our psychology rules. And four, our exit strategy. These four things is what actually matters. Everything else doesn't matter. The way you enter doesn't matter. The way you trade doesn't matter. The system that you use does not matter. I know people that trade SMC and they're still profitable. I know traders that trade ICT and they're still profitable. It doesn't matter what system you have or what strategy you have when you're trading. What matters is your risk management, your trade selection, your psychology rules, and your exit strategy. That's what matters, because most traders fail because of discipline, not their strategy. It's very, very easy to get manipulated and believe that your strategy is what's making you lose. In reality, even if you have a bad strategy, if you follow the right risk management, you follow looking for A+ setups that work, you backtest every single day, you are going to be a good trader. Now, a few tips, from me, from experience, is a lot of traders, and this might be a little bit controversial, but a lot of traders hide their emotions. And they get told to hide their emotions. Be an emotionless trader. Instead, what I do and what I tell my traders is embrace them. Embrace your emotion. Embrace that you revenge trade. Embrace that you have FOMO. Embrace that you have greed. Because when you compress your emotion, it actually builds up stronger and stronger and stronger. And eventually, what happens is after a little click, after a loss, after something that happens, you end up going crazy mode and you end up risking more than you've got, or you end up just not following your rules. Why? Because that emotion has built up and it's gradually getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Instead, what if you do is embrace them, you understand that you have FOMO, you understand that you have greed, you understand that you revenge trade. Once you understand that and you actually apply the right steps to be able to control it and to use it, you will realize that emotions isn't bad. Emotions actually very, very good. You just need to know how to use it appropriately. And lastly, like, consistency beats home runs all the time. Some traders are going to say, yes, but you need to get like big RR trades and stuff like that. But reality is, last month, I made around 47%. And it's a space of literally me getting 1 to 2% per day. That's literally all it is, just 1 to 2% per day. And I've been doing this for 5 years, just gradually just trying to get 1 to 2% per trade. And I'm just doing that consistency. You see, consistency is what beats home runs. You can get a home run one day. You can get that 2% 5 hour trade or 10 hour trade. But what you want to do is make sure that you still stay in your lane and be consistent with them small little jabs that you have in the markets. Those small shots is what's going to help you get more money in the markets. Don't look at someone who's just made or turned $100 to $100,000. Focus on making small gains, and over time that will become a larger gain in together. And to show you that this works, this is actually a trade that I took. As you can see, I made almost more than $1,000 on this trade. But not only that, here are a few student wins that I've had. This is this week alone that some of my traders have done. By the way, we're on Wednesday. So some of our traders are winning already, and they implemented the exact system that I use every single day, and they're also winning as well. So the system is not just something that I just know. This is a system that I actually show my students, I show my traders, and they're able to copy and paste it and win every single day. Like I said before, they all have the same system. They don't go for crazy RRs. They follow the system. They follow exactly what I tell them to do, and they're now able to change their life and become profitable. Now, I understand that you are probably lost in your journey. I understand that you are probably losing multiple trades. But reality is that you need to understand where you're at. You need to understand how to control those things. But the thing is, not every single trader gets their aha moment immediately once they watch this video. Some of us are slow. Some of us have to lose more money to gain more knowledge and learn more. But the thing is, I want to scrap that. I want to help you guys out. That's why I've opened up a few more slots to my free one-on-one coaching session. In this coaching session, I will let you audit your trades. I'll tell you exactly where you're going wrong. We'll find out the problems, and I'll tell you exactly where you're at in your journey and how far and how quick you can get to the next level. Not only that, I want to also give you 3 masterclass videos that my students have watched, and it literally changes the game. These students literally binge watch these videos. They literally watch it again and again and again. Now, these videos are not surfaced on the internet. You're never ever going to find these type of videos on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok. So if you want access to this, click the link in the description below. But not only that, I want to also, not only am I going to give you a free coaching session, free videos that are completely for free, I want to also give you a strategy call. In the strategy call, we will find and create a roadmap of how you're going to become the next level or become the dream trader that you want to be and reach your success. If you want all 3 of these completely for free, no strings attached, all you have to do is click the link in the description, fill out the form, my team will reach out to you, and you will get all 3 things immediately. If you're interested in that, please click the link in the description below, because I only accept around 5 traders per week because I want to give 100% to my traders. So spaces go quick. I don't know if you're going to get it, but try your best. Click the link in the description below, fill out the form ASAP, and someone will reach out to you. But not only that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you guys like these kind of style videos where I'm explaining small bite-sized things that help me become a better trader, literally comment it down below that you like these videos, and comment down below like where you're stuck in or what you need help in, and I will try my best to respond to you and help you as much as I possibly can. I'm not like those traders that are not going to respond to you or not reply to my my comments. I reply to every single one of you. So make sure you like this video, subscribe, turn the bell notification on, and comment down below any help that you need or what kind of style videos you want, or if you like these kind of videos. But other than that, I'll see you in the next video.